When I'm not using my 4th of July gig as an excuse to run some of my presidential-themed banter.
This next song is called Everywhere. It's about Russian influence in the upcoming election.
Can you hear me calling? I like to answer questions that I get on YouTube, so let's get to it. Have you considered at some point making a series of cheesy videos explaining basics of drums, classic drum kit, or programming in DAW? There are many blues guitarists like me who need someone to dumb down the process of learning it. So I don't know if I'm going to do any drum videos, just because I think there's a channel called Drumeo that does it a lot better than I could. I'm a decent drummer. I definitely play drums on all of my own recorded stuff, all the Ryders stuff I've done the drums on. But the one thing that I really want to talk about is how important using different elements of drumming can be in your guitar playing. I know as soon as I kind of took drums a little more seriously, I became such a better rhythm guitar player. And I'm going to kind of demonstrate just a few of these real quick and kind of show back and forth how they can work on an electric guitar, acoustic guitar, whatever. So what I have here is a drum pad, a practice drum pad on a stand from a company called Vangoa. I think these are super, super essential because they don't make a lot of sound like a drum kit will to annoy everybody. It just has a rubber pad. It has a harder surface if you flip it. If you're interested in something like this, I will link it in the description. But these really became invaluable in getting stick control under my belt and just kind of like understanding how rhythm works, okay? So for instance, I'm just gonna do 2 drum rudiments, which are just basic drum things that you can do. You can do them with a pad like this. You can just do them with your hands on your legs, something like that. But I think that triplets are really a super important thing to understand fundamentally. I've done other videos on triplets. All that is taking a beat and dividing it into 3 symmetrical beats, which is one thing to say, but it's another thing to actually use practically, okay? So one thing that really shocked me when I first started taking drums a little more seriously was how many grooves you can do just by going back and forth with your hands. Just left and right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Doesn't matter what your rhythm is, how bad you think you suck at it, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, generally in time. Use a metronome if you can't do it in time, but in my experience, almost anybody can count to 4 over and over again in time. It's once you start adding the dynamic accents to it that it becomes tricky. Like 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. Like that kind of stuff can be tricky, but specifically how we're going to demonstrate this on an electric guitar also, we're going to use these triplets, right? All you have to do is go back and forth, left and right, but now we're going to accent every third one, right? So if we count like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, triplet, 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 triplet. And then you can get faster and faster at that, all right? And then you'll kind of hear like a back and forth, like a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 1 triplet, 2 triplet. The nice thing about having sticks in a pad is you can accent those by maybe hitting like the shoulder of the stick. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Depending on how you hit the stick and stuff, it really kind of affects the sound of it. Now, the way that that would translate into like a rhythmic thing on an electric guitar, it would be like this. So instead of going left, right, left, right, left, right, like that, it's down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, at its core, I'm just going down and up. I'm just changing direction every time. I'm not doing anything fancy. It's just down and up. It's where I choose to dynamically accent just by hitting it a little harder. Just like on the practice pad, I was hitting it with the shoulder of the stick instead of the tip of the stick. Really kind of helps you get the sound of a triplet in your head. So then you can kind of like start throwing it in like. So you can hear a little bit of like where those accents are. And for me, once I started doing triplets and stuff on a practice pad, along with an entire kit and grooving it, that stuff just became stuff I didn't even have to think about or count on a guitar anymore, just because that rudiment was built into my muscle memory, okay? Even though you'd think that like a left, right, left, right, left, right thing would be a little bit different than a down, up, down, up, down, up thing, it really is the exact same thing once your muscle memory gets involved. Now the other rudiment that we're going to do, you may have heard before, is called a paradiddle, okay? So the way I'm going to play is going to be a left, right, left, left, right, right. Okay, so again, start with just kind of breaking that in half. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Now, how you say it actually has a huge impact in how you're going to play it, right? If you go left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, there's going to be that hitch in the middle that you don't want, right? Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Those are two separate ideas. You want it to become one fluid idea. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Notice that I'm hitting the accent on the word pair for paradiddle, right? Again, you don't have to do it with sticks. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Now you can do the same thing on a guitar, just going down and up. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Okay, so down, up. Oh, let me turn the volume on. Fender, Ultra Strap, by the way, in case you're wondering. Down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, up. Especially muted. You can do so many types of different rhythms. Now, one of the most famous drummers turned guitar players, Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, you can actually hear a lot of these rudiments in his playing, right? So a standard tune version of the song Everlong sounds like this. I think you can kind of already hear how that comes from like a... It's really just like a drum groove, but played... And those are all downstrokes. It's just where you put the accents that is really important. I think that maybe just taking a small foray into any kind of drumming, whether it's a practice pad, whether it's an electric drum kit, those have come way down in price in the last few years. So again, noise is less of an issue than it was, 10, 15, 20 years ago. So I think it's definitely something that you should look into if you're just looking to buy more gear. Like I said, this Vangoa practice pad is cool. It comes with like a gig bag case and stuff and sticks and everything too. Oh, by the way, I like the rubberized sticks like that these have. It's not just like pure wood. Kind of has like a nice cool like grip. I always kind of prefer those. But yeah, all the stuff is linked in the description. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Maybe can you do some stuff for complete beginners also? So this is something that I've been toying around with a lot. I've kind of asked for you guys' feedback, and I'm asking for your feedback again. I'm getting very close to launching something, whether it's a masterclass or some kind of subscription thing, where it's just like a complete beginner to intermediate kind of like segmented thing that you can do in consecution, whether to kind of like the rough shotgun approach that I have in most of my YouTube videos on YouTube that just makes it hard to search for everything or kind of like categorize them. I thought maybe about doing like a Patreon for something like that, because there's so many different things on YouTube that YouTube is essentially just kind of like a clickbait showcase for everything. So I don't really think it's like the best place even to launch something that is kind of like itemized and categorical. So some people requested like a Patreon or something like that. I looked into the Patreon interface and I don't really love it for educational stuff. It just seems kind of like, they just have like the last few videos. There's no really great way to make it into categories. So I'm thinking about maybe doing like a thing where you can buy like the beginner masterclass thing for like, the same thing I usually sell my masterclasses for like $30. And then maybe, or instead of doing that, if you don't want to pay that, just like a $12 a month thing that you can just do on the website where you just use it until you have run out of material. Because that would also be a great way for me to just teach my entire set list. Because from playing out live all the time, I know like 300, 400 songs. And I do think that songs are like one of the best ways to kind of teach and like hammer home principles. But again, I don't think like teaching songs on YouTube is a great thing to do because, there's so many different people already doing that. I do think I bring like kind of like a unique take to it because I don't generally get caught up on playing songs how the original recording plays, and I kind of like focus on more of like the concepts. So again, all this stuff gets demonetized on YouTube anyways. So I think maybe like a subscription site would work better for something like that. My initial idea was to maybe have the masterclass to stay around $30 and then have that be rolled into like a $12 a month package. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that, if I have some of your support doing something like that, because I think like the service that I would go with would be like a few $100 a month just to run anyways. So it'd be cool to have some people say that they would be interested in that right off the bat, because I do think that just teaching the entire set list and going in depth into like longer form videos is like a really valuable educational thing that I would love to get started working on. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. Guitar was one of the worst mistakes I ever made. I thought this was going to be easier with cheesy YouTube teachers. I like how my videos have been called cheesy in both positive and negative ways just so far in 2 of the 3 comments I'm showcasing on this video already. This is such a weird comment to unpack. I thought this was going to be easier, so you're mad at me? Come on, man. Oh, no wonder, he's a DJ. DJ Merc. Alright, makes more sense now. My new favorite cover, Sean appears to be in a state of musical bliss. Great job, thanks for posting. So this was on the cover I did of Landslide with both Katie and Kindred, doubling up for that one, which you can see on my face, I do look a little different than normal. Some people said it was musical bliss. It was because I was bored out of my mind, because I was overruled, and we ended up playing that song 15 to 400 beats a minute slower. So I can't even watch that because I think it's so slow, and I don't know, again, I was overruled by the girls, so you can see how powerless I was in that decision. But I definitely wanted to speed that up. So some people mistook my saltiness and being over it in the moment for musical bliss, which apparently is the same facial reaction. Great cover question. How do you usually record these one singer, one guitarist types of videos? You record the audio tracks first, mix them, and then create a video clip where you basically lip sync? Or is it all in one take? Of course, the backing vocals are recorded separately. Great question. So the recording of the covers has evolved over time. Used to be always live, all the time, no exceptions. That was something that was kind of like a sticking point. Like I wanted to do them live and keep like a live vibe for everything. And then I found out that pretty much nobody on YouTube ever does it live. And one of the reasons for me specifically, as someone who just does all of this on my own without the help of like a video or audio person, it is very difficult to be worried about capturing the audio, capturing the video, and then performing for yourself, and then also having like somebody else's mic. It's just a lot of hats to wear at once. So really, we kind of transitioned to most of the time, they are like lip synced now, but they're still live for the most part. Like the audio stuff, like my guitar playing is always the first take. Like I promise you. You may even be able to notice. There's definitely no studio magic going on with the guitar. It's that first take every single time. Every now and then, the girls might want to like punch in a take or something like that. But essentially, it's still recorded the same way. But it's just, I think it makes it a little more interesting to kind of have like 2 camera angles. So then I can actually get a second camera that's a close-up of kind of like what I'm actually playing on the fretboard, and then like another wide shot with the same camera to kind of keep the continuity of it. So again, back in the day, I used to think that was cheating, but now I'm just kind of over it, and that's what we're doing. So for listening homework, we're going to go to the new album Mordecai by one of the coolest, hippest bands out there, Kruangubin. I still don't know how to say their name. I've heard this name pronounced probably like 10 to 15 different times over the years, but they're just a filthy, nasty band. Great musicians, definitely worth checking out. And if you have any questions or comments, hit me in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website. Check out some of the other masterclasses that are still on sale from previous videos. And again, let me know the feedback about potentially doing a subscription thing, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.